This is a wire stripper. You typically use one of these things to reclaim the copper inside your wires. You strip off the insulation, you take the copper core out, and you redeem it as what they call brights. Today I'm going to review this wire stripping machine. The generic form of these wire strippers is a little bit bigger. It comes with like a little box on top and there's a knob on it to let you adjust the depth of the cut. This one looks like it's built a lot better. There's a lot more metal in it. It looks sturdier, but I'm not actually very sure if it will perform better or not. I've got some length of coaxial cable to feed through this thing to try it out. It comes with 4 bolts so you can attach it to your table. It also comes with all the Allen wrenches you need to adjust this thing. The big one goes here. There's a middle-sized one that goes on that bolt. There's a little one that goes on this bolt. Also, it comes with a bearing. This blade that does the cutting spins on top of that bearing. This is the incoming plate. You feed the wire into here. I've loosened it so I can make adjustments up and down. Tighten it back. Looking from the bottom, you have this extra piece which cleans the blade as you are cutting. After you tighten it, turn the blade to make sure that it's still freely spinning. This screw on top is the tightener screw. This one just holds it in place. So if I open this up, we can slide this up and down. I really like all these parts because they are all machined. Machine screw tap. So here's the bearing. It's just fitted right inside the blade and we can just slide it back in just like that. Oh yeah, this looks really good. Put the bolt back in, put the nut in there. I gave it a little bit of clearance. You can definitely see that it can still spin. If I tighten this all the way, this pillar still loosely goes up and down. This is the bolt that tightens it. There's this gauge here that tells you how deep it's cutting. However, there's no corresponding marker. It's probably 0 there. I've got it relatively fixed over here. It should do well just for a short run of cable. Let's cut this end off here. The diameter of this looks like it's 6 millimeters. I need to cut 1 millimeter down. So I'm gonna take a first guess of 5 millimeter and then close this. Coax cable have all these fine lines, so I really don't wanna cut the fine lines. See how it does. It looks like it didn't cut it deep enough. It's not coming off quite a bit, so I'm gonna adjust it so that it's a little bit tighter. Now here's the thing. It's like I can't back it out easily. I'm just gonna have to cut it. And I'm going to lower this just by a tiny bit, and then we'll do it again. Here's a section. This coax cable has a foil that we're not going to recycle. This guy we can pretty much remove by stripping it off like that. I think I can do the rest of the cable just at this setting. The rollers here are knurled, so it's going to try to keep the cable from slipping upwards. I found that it's good if you put a little bit of downward pressure, pull it a little bit as you're cutting it. It makes it stay in the middle of the roller. No, it just walked off just like that. There's a little bit of craftsmanship to this. As you are doing it, you'll kind of find ways to make it work well. You kind of adjust yourself. Doing coax cable is one of the hardest kinds of cables that you can do. It's not even cutting some sections of it right now. I walked it off the cutter towards the end here. So you can just cut it and it'll come off of the sheath. This outer stuff you can recycle, so you just kind of slide it off. This piece we can feed it through the roller later on. And this whole section here is just not cut. Possibly we can feed it through the roller. Oh yeah, not a problem. Just kind of slide it off. And you got another section you can put through the roller. And I'm going to repeat it for the rest of the cable. I got it all separated. I got the sheath over here, the inner conductor cable here, and the braided outer core here. If you go and scratch this, this looks like it's not copper core. Now we gotta do that again to get to the inside. It looks like I need to give it 2 millimeters. So from the outside of the cable to the other side of the inner conductor core is 2 millimeters from here to here. From here to here is what we want to cut, but the measurement on this device is from here to there. Adjusting this, 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter. That should do it, I think. Give it a trial here. Don't stick your finger in there, it's gonna cut it. Oh wow. It really doesn't like this thing. It's like this really hard material inside. This middle core is really thick and heavy. So maybe I can just pull it out. Oh, there we go. Look at that, pure copper. This piece you just throw away. Let's try that again. I think I need to close it up a little bit by 0.5 millimeter. I just kind of adjusted it based on feel and looking at this gauge over here. Feed it through the center. We can kind of see the cable in there. Sometimes even if you can't cut it all the way through, you do what you can, just pull it out. As you do it, you just learn ways to make it more efficient. Notice there's a pointy piece of metal here to keep this roller clean. I've never had an issue with stuff getting stuck in the roller so that it'll roll back in there again, but I guess it's a nice safeguard. What you really want is for the cable to stay right in the middle so that it can cut right where you want it to. The trick is you gotta keep on watching the center here as you are rolling it. And if it starts walking off to the left, you pull it to the right, like that. And you gotta keep on constantly control this so it stays right in the center. And if it slips, you don't pull it as much. And once you get the hang of it, you can go a little bit faster, but you see it walked off. Now it's slipping. I'm gonna push it in a little bit. It's fairly centered all the way through now on this run. So let's see the results of what I just did. Right here, you can just pull. One end came off nicely, and if it doesn't come off, you just feed it in there again. Now we just did the whole length of wire. Rinse and repeat. Let's weigh the copper here. How much do I have? Not very much. 1.65 ounces. I got a nice stretch over here, and I think it will be better used as craft material rather than me just trying to submit this and redeem this for cash. The outer sheath is not as valuable, but it can still be traded in. When I first realized there's no cut adjustment knob right on the top, I thought I might have to return this. But after using it, I feel it's not all that bad. You can just measure the thickness you can cut, put it in this thing, and you have a very, very good first guess. And if you need to adjust it, you can adjust it by, I don't know, like 0.5 millimeter or so, just by kind of putting your finger against the top over here and moving it ever so slightly and retightening it. One thing I did not show is that it does attach to a drill. Instead of cranking it yourself, you use the drill. In my experience, you really do need the drill if you're gonna do maybe like 100 feet of cable or more. After using this, I think they can do a little bit better if they have some kind of guide that attaches to the front where you can adjust it so you can change the width of this hole so you can guide the cable right in the center. The up-down squashing is already done by the wheel and the cutter. So you need to restrain it left and right so that it will stay right in the center. If they have some kind of mod like this, it would be really great, or I guess I can just make it myself. Thanks for watching this video. If you guys are interested in this product, check out my affiliate link down in the video description below. Don't forget to give me a like on this video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.